man is back.
Oh, oh my gosh, the red got messed up. This is a 5 out of freaking 5.
It is beat making time.
Next week is E3 week. My album comes out next week.
I have delivered. Something is true, something like that. Oh, look at that, my God.
This is your boy. Alright, ladies and gentlemen of the YouTube citizens, y'all know who this is. This is your boy Dash the True Inferno. Back at it with another Call of Duty Black Ops 1 commentary video gameplay for you guys. Or really, we could just call this a Call of Duty Black Ops commentary gameplay video, because the original Black Ops game was not called Black Ops 1. It was just straight up called Black Ops. But that's beside the point. So what's going on here? You know I had to talk about this, ladies and gentlemen. Grand Theft Auto 6 is constantly being leaked at an all-time high as of late. So before we get on to the article in terms of what Rockstar Games and Take-Two Interactive is trying to do to stop these leaks, or to be more specific, to find the person responsible for these leaks, let me give you guys a timeline. So going back to September the 8th of 2022, a hacker leaked 90 clips of early in development gameplay footage showing protagonists Lucia and Jason, which is regarded as one of the largest leaks in video game history. And then December the 4th of 2023, the official first trailer leaked a day ahead of its planned schedule, forcing Rockstar to release the trailer early. And then from my birthday, August the 18th to the 20th, so we talk about within a span of 3 days, within this week, by the way, and I'm recording these videos early because I will be out of town when these videos come out, this one and the next one. But it's right now, what is it, Saturday, August the 22nd. So here's what happened from my birthday, August the 18th to the 20th. A group calling itself Cyber Leak published a fresh wave of gameplay clips, map screenshots, and footage showing features like driving, basketball, and flying over the city. Okay, so before we get on to the article from Kotaku, I just want to point out that I have not seen any of the latest leaks. I don't recall about seeing any leaks in the past, like the ones for 2022. I mean 2022. Of course, I'm not going to remember that. And I don't recall if I saw the leak that was in 2023. I don't recall, but I know for sure I did not see the leaks that came out this year. You know, because of the whole, I'm celebrating my birthday fiasco for one, and for two, I'm kind of on the fence of whether or not I should pre-order Grand Theft Auto 6 or not, because at this moment in time of me recording, I have not yet, not recorded, but I have not yet pre-ordered Grand Theft Auto 6 because of the fact that the game will not be on a physical disc. That's really the main reason why I haven't pre-ordered it yet. But that's another story for another day. Let's get on to the article from Kotaku. So the article is titled, Take-Two asks courts to subpoena troves of records from Microsoft and Discord as it hunts for Grand Theft Auto 6 leaker. And in the subtitle, the hunt is on to find out who's behind the unprecedented spree of Grand Theft Auto 6 leaks. So this was published by Ethan Gash on August the 21st. So this was yesterday. All right, so here we go. Take-Two, the parent company of Grand Theft Auto, Rockstar Games, and not to mention NBA 2K, WWE 2K, and stuff like that, and what is it, Red Dead Redemption games, has filed multiple subpoenas requests in federal district court seeking information related to the recent spread of Grand Theft Auto 6 gameplay videos. The company has petitioned both Microsoft and Discord for the release of any records related to various online accounts involving and posting and sharing leaks of the game ahead of its November launch. That includes user data as well as data about any associated OneDrive or linked Xbox accounts. And here's the quote. The copyrighted material includes, but is not limited to, audiovisual content, artwork, images, dialogue, or other created elements. And that's end quote for now, anyway. Reads a petition for a subpoena filed with the Southern District Court of New York on August the 20th. It continues with the quote, Take-Two, through its Council of Records, has submitted a sworn declaration confirming that the purpose of which the DMCA subpoena is sought is to obtain the identity of an alleged infringer or infringers, and that such information will only be used for the purpose of protecting Take-Two's rights, end quote. Continue on with the article. The one petition, which we references a GitHub a GitHub repository where infringing content was posted, gives Microsoft until September the 4th to produce, and this is a quote, all internal Microsoft business records and investigative records associated with Microsoft's internal investigation of the, quote, cyber leak, end quote, persona, sufficient to identify the user or users, person or persons, and or entity or entities associated with that persona, end quote. Now, it continues with another quote here, so check this out. All identifying information associated with all user accounts that are or were members communicating with the Discord server or servers listed below during the time period of June the 1st, 2026 to now, I guess. And for those accounts, provide any associated device or telemetry records where one or more of the tool or file artifacts below were present on the system. For each return account, provides the account ID, registration email, registration and last login IP addresses, phone number, linked connections such as Google, Xbox, etc., any associated device identifiers like Machine Guild and MSA, and content related to Grand Theft Auto, GTA, Rockstar, or CyberLeak from their OneDrive accounts. That's in the quote. Discord has the same deadline to provide a trove of records related to, quote, all user accounts that are or were members communicating with the Discord server or servers, end quote, includes, and that involves, CyberLeak, Cinematic Rockstar, and Surfer24K trademark, plus replacement handle CyberLeak _res or Surres, as well as Odyssey.gg with the old cross style, by the way, exclamation point Odyssey apostrophe public brand guild, which is at discord.gg/Odyssey, and Dark Viper AU editors server, so that's at discord.gg/Dark Viper AU. That last one is for the popular GTA 5 Twitch and YouTube streamer Matthew Matt Judge. Interesting. So here's a quote. They're asking for my Discord info. I'm mentioned by name. That's what Judge wrote in response on Twitter. Continuing over his quote. I don't know anything. That isn't my editor's Discord. There aren't even any clips of the leak, in either of my Discords. I am confused. I did say he can't drive multiple times, so maybe I caused him to write CyberLeak can't drive on the most recent clips. Maybe he visited my Discord. I don't know. Rockstar hasn't emailed me. I suspect if they thought I knew something personally, they would do so. Everyone is talking about these leaks. I am not special, hopefully, end quote. Continuing with the article. The identity of the person or group responsible for spreading multiple gameplay clips, revealing new features and never before seen parts of GTA6 world and mechanics has yet to be uncovered, obviously, and Rockstar Games hasn't yet commented on the situation. The clips have been posted under the alias CyberLeak, circulated from a site with a manifesto which has called on game companies to stop practices like digital pre-orders and the locking of finished content behind paywalls or as quote-unquote fake DLC. But the individual or group has also seemingly been using the unprecedented leaks to get people online to buy into a cryptocurrency meme coin it could profit off of. So that's interesting. So the article has been updated yesterday twice, actually. So at the same time, apparently. So they added comments from Matthew Judge, aka Dark Viper AU, and they changed the headline to clarify that Take-Two is asking the court to order the records subpoenaed. Okay, so this is a very interesting situation here. I'll be perfectly honest here. This is a very interesting situation because they are, even though they're not hitting up every single person's Discord account and every single Microsoft account trying to find a leaker, but it is kind of concerning when a company can pull up to the court and be like, yo, I need records on X amount of people within your servers, within your community, within your franchise. That is kind of concerning. I'll be honest, that is kind of concerning. So, wow, I don't like that. I don't like that. I understand the reasoning behind that because they're looking for the guy or people who are posting leaks of their game, which is, let's be honest here, probably the biggest game to release of all time because of all the hype and because of the fact it's Grand Theft Auto. one of the more popular games of all time, and one of the best games of all time. So I can understand them like being up at arms trying to find that leaker or leakers. But to go as far as to say, yo, I need records from Discord on everybody who got an account that may be associated with it. I need records from Microsoft from everybody who may be associated with this. You know, it's like, bruh, it's crazy. It's crazy to imagine that. It's crazy to imagine that. But am I going to like lose sleep? Am I going to go crazy? Am I going to side with Rockstar Games over the fact that they are looking for the leaker, that they are trying to find out who is leaking the game and stuff like that? No. And one might argue they deserve it. One might argue they deserve it because check this out. If you were to look up, you were to Google search the phrase, what are some anti-employee practices of Rockstar Games? Now, you're going to get different results, but more likely they will all say the same thing, which are the following. Mandatory and intense crunch. So you probably wonder, what is that? Developers have repeatedly accused Rockstar of enforcing grueling crunch hours to meet tight release windows, famously highlighted during the development of Red Dead Redemption 2 and Grand Theft Auto 4. So that means they constantly been working non-stop, little to no rest, little to no breaks, and stuff like that. Union busting allegations. Rockstar dismissed dozens of staff members across its UK and Canada offices, citing gross misconduct and alleged leaks in private chat groups. Labor unions like the IWGB contend these firings were targeted retaliation against union organizing efforts. So basically, Rockstar does not like unions. They want to kill them. They want to kill unions. Moving on. Weaponized bonuses. Employees have reported that bonus structures are handled unpredictably and tight-wiggetly to management discretion, effectively used to pressure staff into extra unpaid or high-stress labors. So basically, it's like, yo, if you want this bonus, you have to put in an extra 8 hours. You know, you will only get 2 hours of sleep and then you got to get back at it. You know, you can only get 1 hour of sleep and then you got to get back at it. So stuff like that. Moving on. Pay inequity. Workers have criticized the studio for ignoring internal pay disparities and failing to address equality, basically equal, compensation, despite massive incoming revenues from blockbuster franchises. So that's interesting. And lastly, internal communication purges. The studio cracks down on internal communication by deleting miscellaneous Slacks channels used for peer support and non-work discussions, which management claim hurt productivity. Okay, so bottom line is this. I'm not really a fan of Take-Two Interactive because of how they done the NBA 2K games. Because I stopped playing NBA 2K because they made it so microtransaction heavy, like everything costs too freaking much, and the stuff you're paying for only lasts for 9 freaking months, and then all of a sudden, boom, it's irrelevant because the next year game came out, and you gotta do it all over again. You gotta do it all over again with the next game, and you gotta do it all over again with the next game, and it got to a point where it's like, okay, hold on now. I'm sick of this shit. I'm sick of wasting money, and lots of money at that, and I stopped playing NBA 2K, and I did a video on that a while back, talking about how finally the NBA community are now smartening up and say, wait a minute, we're sick of doing the same thing over and over again. We need something new. We need something different. We need that price to drop. They need something. So finally they speaking out, but that's another story that I covered already. Rockstar Games, I'll be honest, is a shitty company in my opinion, based on these allegations and these controversies. And to make matters worse, Rockstar Games, that's NBA 2K, the 2K Sports, Take-Two Interactive. So all these are under Take-Two Interactive. And if memory serves me correctly, the head of Take-Two Interactive is the same guy who is like in charge of the whole rating system. So he's up there. He's up there. So he's the worst of them all, obviously. So bottom line is this, in regards to this whole GTA6 leak fiasco, well, you know what? If the leaks keep coming, okay, I could care less. If, Rockstar finally find the leaker, I could care less. Because, in my honest opinion, this is what Rockstar gets. This is what Take-Two Interactive gets for their shady practices over the years. So, that's my take on that. And I sincerely doubt that they're gonna, unless the leaker or leakers does something absolutely stupid. They're not gonna be discovered. They're not gonna be found. So that's my thoughts on that. I'm gonna call it a wrap now. And with all that said, y'all know what this is. This is boy New Jackass, aka New Steve Nate Smith, saying peace out, y'all, and I'll see y'all next time. Yeah.